Turns out you can make a pretty cool design on your car if you put a rubber bungee on your tire. I like to call this one Marble Dream. Hey, burnouts are fun. However, what's not fun is doing a burnout until your tire pops. And it's even more not fun when you realize that that popping sound wasn't actually your tire, but rather your turbo taking a forced and aggressive retirement. Hey man, I get it. Inflation is high. Everything's expensive. But I wouldn't wait until your rotor is paper thin to replace it, you know? Here's a prime example of why they say racing is rich man's game. Because breaks and expensive. We lost the key to this customer's car, so we looked through the pile of keys we have here, and I think we found something that would work. Whoop, good enough. Here is a visual representation of your knees after the age of 45. And that'll be $50. Behold, pure stupidity. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen, bro, but good luck on those skin grafts on your face. You know, there are only two good things about having a slow oil leak. One, you don't have to worry about rust, and two, you can just top off the oil and it'll change itself. See, this looks real bad, sure, but I see it as a win. You get to upgrade your turbo, and you have a pretty neat blender now. I can tell you something without a doubt. If you ever find yourself removing your tires from your wheel well in one large rubber strip, you live a good, fulfilling life.
You see, ma'am, the metal on your car shouldn't have the same structural integrity as a goddamn Dorito. What the hell did you do to this thing?
If your horn button stops working, it's actually pretty easy to fix. You can wire it directly to your battery. The hard part is figuring out how to honk at somebody on the highway. Hey, sometimes you gotta full send it. Sometimes that results in Turbski no spoolie anymore. But that's okay. This gives you an excuse to go with a bigger turbo. It's a win-win really, if you think about it.
Now it's important that when you're cleaning your old diesel that you really give her the deep cleanings. This is what I like to call a soot enema. You want to make sure you get it nice and deep like. If them exhaust valves ain't getting moistened, you ain't getting deep enough. Woo boy!
Wait a second, this kind of slaps. Hey editor, run it back. You know what to do. These little Subarus have a pretty neat feature where you can hold the brake and turn on the headlight to make the RPMs drop down to 0 while it's idling. I don't know how that's useful, but hey, now you know. When engineers design a car so poorly, you just have to put on your big boy hat and get to work. There is not a single nut or bolt that can hide from 26 feet worth of extensions and a can-do attitude. We get done around here.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Whoever's idea it was to connect the engine mounts to the wiper blade mechanism needs to be promoted to customer.
You know, it's not very often that you see a car having a full-on seizure. I sure hope he is okay. Before changing your oil, it's always best to give your engine a good shake to get those oil shavings off the bottom of the pan.
Hey, I don't know about you, but that rag being that close to the carb is really making me nervous.
Can I put it this way? What? Fire! Where? Fire!
You really can't stop a dump truck. If it loses a wheel, you can just shift its weight to the rear and carry on with its day. Hey there, good people of the internet. If you're enjoying the content so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out in keeping those videos coming your way. We've also got some pretty awesome Noob Mechanic merch available. You can find a link to our Amazon store in the description below. And if you want to go that extra mile, consider becoming a channel member or checking out our Patreon.
We've got some sweet perks lined up just for you, including early access to new videos, behind-the-scenes content, and much more. Thanks for being a part of this journey with us. I appreciate your time. Let's go ahead and hop right back in the video.
Tell me you overfilled your exhaust bearing fluid without telling me you overfilled your exhaust bearing fluid. Customer brought this car in for an oil leak. Declined all other repairs.
Customer advised that he paid the local mechanic $30 to rewire a couple of things. And now he's having issues with his turn signals. So, the right side blinker is on. Let's see what we got. Okay, this looks good. Okay, and that's blinking. Perfect. Back right is blinking. Nice. And
I can't imagine what kind of went on to cause this level of We got several missing bolts, everything's loose, brake pads are shifted, rotor's wasted, and the customer doesn't want it repaired. He is insisting that he will drive it home.
Hey Larry, now I'm gonna need you to remind me, is this little spinny bit supposed to be hangly-dangly like this?
God damn it, Jim. What the hell are you doing, Bill? The gas goes inside the car.
I'll come help, Larry. Ow, my back.
Now you done told me that I needed to clean the carburetor, so I washed it. I don't see what the big deal is. After a car has had a major repair, it's a little scared to get back on the road. So you may notice a little shiver here and there. It's completely normal, and it'll go away when your car gets a little bit more comfortable with driving again. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If your oil looks like this, you have no business owning or operating a vehicle. It's simple, people. Just change your oil. If you can't change the oil, pay somebody to change it. There's a good reason that you are supposed to change it often. It's lubrication for the engine. This venom-like substance ain't lubricating shit. Me personally, I change mine every 3,000 miles so it doesn't turn into some sort of Laffy Taffy sludge. Seriously, this might be some of the worst oil that I've ever seen. This doesn't just happen with 1 or 2 missed oil changes. You have to neglect your ride for a very, very long time before the consistency of your oil turns into a thick brownie batter. And I'm even more upset over the fact that it looks delicious and I'd like to sample some of its sweet brownie flavors. Ah, f it, who's with me?
Spectacular, give me 14 of them right now.
Well, that's going to finish up today's episode. Before we wrap things up, I want to thank all of my Noobs in Training members. I also wanted to thank our Patreon members, and I want to give a special shout out to William for being a godly tier member. You, sir, are a rock star. We sincerely appreciate your support in helping us continue to make videos you love. If you want to join William, along with our other Patreon members, and get a special shout out in future videos, make sure to check out our Patreon, link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
You should really subscribe to Noob Mechanic. Come along for the ride, click like while you're at it.